Ardhakatti Chakrasana. Stand in Tadasana. Slowly raise the right arm sideways up above the head until the biceps touch the right ear. Palm facing left with inhalation. Bend slowly on the left side from the waist region. Slide the left palm down as far as possible along the left leg. Exhale while bending. Slowly come back to vertical position, keeping the hand up with the biceps touching the air with inhalation. Bring the right hand sideways down to starting position with exhalation. Repeat the same with the left hand side. By doing this asana, our hip joints become flexible, lung capacity increases, and excess fat around the waist reduces. This asana relieves back pain, constipation, and good for flat foot. Ardha Chakrasana, half wheel posture. Stand in Tadasana. Support the back at the waist by the palms. While exhaling, bend backwards from the lumbar region. Neck bends backwards, stretching the muscles of the neck. Inhale while bending. This is the final position of the asana. Breathe normally. Come back to the vertical position, keeping the support at the back at the waist by the palms. Exhale. Release the hands from the support of the waist. Come to Tadasana. This asana improves blood flow to the chest and neck regions. Flexibility of the spine is maintained. Being complementary to the Padahastasana, it enhances the benefits of it. Respiratory organs get toned. Good in treating asthma and low back pain. Relaxes cramps in thighs and calves. Padahastasana. Stand in Tadasana. With inhalation, raise both the hands sidewards up to shoulder level, palms facing down. Raise the hands up above the head with biceps touching the ears, palms facing forward. Continue the inhalation and stretch up the body from the coccyx. With exhalation, bend forward till the trunk comes to horizontal position, parallel to the ground. Bend further to touch the knees with the forehead till the palms can rest on the ground by the side of the feet with exhalation. This is the final position of the asana. Breathe normally. Slowly raise the head along with the hands from the coccyx parallel to the ground with inhalation. Raise the trunk along with the hands further up to the vertical position of the body with continuous inhalation. Bring the hands down sidewards up to shoulder level with the exhalation. Bring the hands down, that is, come back to starting position while exhaling. This asana is good for digestive, gastric, and intestinal problems. Useful in treating diabetes and improves functions of the liver. Blood circulation to brain increases, enhances secretion of gastric juices. Persons suffering from high blood pressure and heart diseases should do with care. Spondylitis and lumbago patients should avoid this asana. Parivritta Trigonasana, revolved triangle posture. Stand in Tadasana. Take the right foot apart from the other leg approximately 1 meter. Raise the hands sidewards up to shoulder level, palms facing downwards. Turn the waist towards the left side at 90 degrees without disturbing the feet. Bend from the waist to place the right palm on the floor by the side of the left foot. Then look at the raised palm. Slowly come up, facing the trunk towards right side, and hands should be at shoulder level. Turn from the waist towards the front. Bring the hands down. Take the right foot back and keep it by the side of the left foot. Repeat the same with the other side. Good for many digestive disorders. Loosens stiff joints of hips, shoulders, ankles, knees, and relaxes stiffness in torso muscles. Increase the flexibility of spine, waist, and hip, reduces abdominal fat and trims the waistline. Those with severe cardiac problems, lumbago, and heart ailments should avoid this asana. Paschimottanasana. Sit erect with legs stretched, heels together, palms pressing on the floor. Raise the hands sidewards up to the shoulder level without bending the elbows and palms facing downwards. Raise the arms up so that the biceps touch the ears respectively. Palms facing forward. Bend forward from the lumbar region along with the hands and keep them parallel to the ground. Let the wrist come above the toes. With the index fingers, form the hooks and catch the big toes respectively and bend further forward. Then rest the face on the knees. Release the fingers. Then come back parallel to the ground. Bring the hands down sidewards. Come back to sitting position. Rest the palms on the floor. Then bring the hands back to sthiti. Slims and trims the body in general. Liver, pancreas, and intestines and gastric fire are activated. Helps to increase height in adolescents. Useful in dyspepsia, constipation, piles, diabetes, and digestive disorders. Reduces fat in abdomen. Blood pressure, spondylitis, and chronic constipation patients should avoid this asana. Ustrasana. Camel posture. Sit erect with legs stretched, heels together, palms pressing on the floor by the side of the buttocks. Fold the right leg at the knee and place the heel under the right buttock. Fold the left leg at the knee and place the heel under the left buttock. This is Vajrasana. Stand on the knees, making the trunk vertical. Recline the body backwards and keep the palms on the soles. Slowly release the palms and return to kneel down position. Slowly sit on heels. Unfold the left leg and keep it straight. Unfold the right leg and keep it the side of the left leg. This asana increases flexibility of spine and blood flow to brain increases and tones abdominal viscera and stretches thoracic region. Good for back pain, breathing problems, arthritis, lumbago, and gastric troubles. Shashankasana. Shashanka means crescent moon. It is also believed that originally the name was Shashaka Asana. In the final position of the asana, the body resembles a crescent moon or rabbit. Sit erect with legs stretched, heels together, palms pressing on the floor. Slowly bend the right leg and keep the heel under the right buttock. Bring the left leg under the left buttock. Keep the knees closer to each other. Spine erect. The head, shoulders, and buttocks in a vertical line. Rest the palms on the upper part of the thighs and covering the knees. Catch the right hand with left palm behind the back. Bend forward from the waist. Rest the forehead on the floor in front of the knees. Slowly raise the head and chest up. Release the hands and keep the palms on the thighs. Unfold left leg and keep it straight. Unfold right leg and keep it straight. Improves blood circulation to all abdominal organs. Vitalizes pelvis and nerves of the lower back. Whole body gets relaxed and the sensitivity can be felt throughout. Bhujangasana. Serpent posture. Bhujanga means serpent. In the final position of the posture, the body looks like a serpent when it raises the hood. Lie down on the prone with the hands above the head, keeping straight alongside the head, resting the palms on the ground, touching the chin on the floor, and legs together, soles facing up. Keep the body from toes to head in a straight line. Bend both the elbows and place the palms on the floor by the side of the last rib bone. Slowly lift the head and then raise the chest. Feel the weight of the body at the lumbar region. Bring the chest and head down, touching the floor with the chin. Release the hands and place them above the head region on the floor. Come back to the normal position. This asana tone up all the 31 pairs of spinal nerves. Good for back pain due to overstrain work, neck pain, cervical spondylitis, hunchback, bronchitis, asthma, digestive disorders, reduction of the abdominal fat, improves digestion and bowel action. Persons suffering from hernia and hypertension should avoid this asana. Salabhasana. Salabha is a name of the insect called locust. In the final position, body looks like a locust. Lie down on the prone with the hands above the head, keeping straight alongside the head, resting the palms on the ground. Make the fist and place it under the root of the thigh. Raise both the legs together up from the waist. Return to normal position. This asana complements the results of Bhujangasana. Hips, lumbar region, pelvic, abdominal, thighs, kidneys and legs are toned up. Activate pancreas. Useful in combating constipation, gastritis, diabetes and lumbago. Persons suffering from urinary tract disorders, hernia and hypertension should avoid this asana. Dhanurasana, bow posture. Dhanur means bow. In the final position of the posture, the body looks like a bow. Lie down on the prone with the hands above the head, keeping the straight alongside the head, resting the palms on the ground. Fold the knees and hold the respective foot. Raise the head, chest and also thighs by tugging the hands and legs so that the spine is arched backwards like a bow. Look up. Return to normal position. This asana slims and activates body. Abdominal fat is reduced. Good for breathing problems, back pain, diabetes, gastrointestinal problems and improves digestion. Hernia patients and hypertensives should avoid this asana. Sarvangasana. By the practice of this asana, the health of all parts of the body is maintained. This is achieved by toning and balancing the functioning of the thyroid. Raise both the legs together up to 45 degrees from the ground. Further, raise the legs up to 90 degrees and place the hands by the side of the body. Raise further the buttocks and the trunk, taking the support of the arms and the elbows by firmly placing the elbows on the ground and support the back with both the palms. Keep the leg parallel to the ground. Keep the trunk and legs in the straight line by supporting the trunk on the shoulders. Keep the head on the floor. Slowly come back to normal position. Maintains healthy thyroid and thereby general health. Good in treating varicose veins, piles, hernia, faulty thyroid ailments, constipation and menstrual disorders. Memory develops by this asana. Good for concentration and balance of mind. Those with hypertension, lumbago, slip disc and cervical spondylosis should avoid. Halasana, blow posture. Lie down in the supine position, keeping the legs together and stretch the hands straight above the head region. Raise both the legs together up to 45 degrees from the ground. Further, raise the legs up to 90 degrees and place the hands by the side of the body. Raise further the buttocks and the trunk, taking the support of the arms and the elbows by firmly placing the elbows on the ground and support the back with both the palms. Keep the legs parallel to the ground. Bend further and touch the toes on the floor above the head. Stretch the ankles. Slowly come back to normal position. By practicing this asana, the back muscles, vertebrae, and lumbar nerves are stretched and kept healthy. Neck region receives plenty of blood supply and the nerves are toned up. Also, blood supply to chest increases, helps to maintain healthy thyroid. Elasticity of spine increases, good for dyspepsia, constipation due to weak abdominal muscles. Activates, warms up, lightens the psychophysiological system. Sirasasana. This asana is called King of Asanas. Under the expert guidance or under a guidance of Guru only you can practice this asana. Savasana. Sava means corpse. The final position of the body resembles a corpse. Lie down on the floor like a dead body. This is called Savasana. After completing asanas or pranayama, everyone should practice this Savasana for 3 to 5 minutes. Spread your feet apart and hands apart from the body. Adjust the parts of the body in their most comfortable positions, which may differ for different practitioners. The aim of the practice of the asana is to systematically relax all the body parts and internal organs. This savasana strengthens and tones up the entire system. All the muscles and joints get relaxed. Savasana is extremely useful in managing the psychosomatic ailments like hypertension, tension headaches, and all the psychosomatic problems. Savasana can be practiced by all irrespective of age and physical status. Maintain slow, deep, relaxed, rhythmic, and synchronized breathing throughout the practice.